What's going on, everybody? We are back, week 11, Thursday Night Football. Let's do it. Jets Patriots. Not the most fun game you could you could ever ask for, but I mean, honestly, at this point, any NFL game. I was talking about this the other week. Like, we're gonna be missing the NFL so soon, so we might as well, fall and take advantage of it while we got it, boys. So let's do it. Ty's gonna be hopping on shortly, so me and him will go through everything that we got for this game. I actually bet a few things pregame today, so we'll actually start there. From a game line perspective, I mean, listen, this game opened at I want to say 10.5, was sitting 11.5, and now we'll take a quick look, but we're seeing 13s across the market, 13.5. Maybe it got back to 12.5. I haven't been looking. I have no interest in a spread here, but we're really sitting 12.5, circa at 13, Penny at 13, bookmaker at 13. That's kind of all you need to know about this game from a side perspective, from a market perspective. As we all know, that doesn't mean that things can't happen. As in, we could see a crazy upset, something fun going on. But let's look at some props that I bet already, and then we'll see if there's still value. Then we'll go through. We'll cook up a parlay or two. We'll use the boost that we have, and we'll go from there. But I'm a big fan of Matt Collins today. I bet his receiving yards over. Let me confirm the price. I got it at let's see here, 37.5. For this is not Matt Collins. That's receiving yards though. Matt Collins, where are you at? Matt Collins over 37.5 receiving yards. Let's see where the market's at right now. So it did actually get hit up a little bit. There's actually 39.5, 49, 40.5 as well now. So pretty good number. And I only bet that not too long ago. As we know, odds are changing every second here. Bet that at 6. But I like Matt Collins today. I'm very interested by him. I'll pull up FTN here quickly and look at some New England stuff. Now, this is full season, but obviously we know no Kayshon Boutte. Yes, Kyle Williams is getting into the mix as well. I have the Jets filtered in here as well too. But Matt Collins, 26 receptions on the year in these 10 games with 33 targets. Now, the Jets, I think they're going to struggle mightily to defend the pass. Like last week with Dylan Gabriel, dude, that was just like some of the worst quarterbacking I've ever seen. Like, we've seen some bad quarterbacking in the NFL. The Jets obviously won that game outright, but like that was not a test at all. You had the post-bye week where all the players that are still not bye week, post-deadline week where all the players out there trying to put on some good film. You have the anticipated like hype coming from Aaron Glenn and co to try to keep his job and rally his own troops. And the Jets ends up winning that game. But look at some of the throws that Matt Collins made. I mean, Matt Collins that Dylan Gabriel was making. They were so freaking bad, like abysmal. And now the Jets are going against a real quarterback, one of the MVP frontrunners. I think Matt Collins has done enough. Let's go back to FTN quickly here and look at some of his numbers just in the last couple of weeks. Without Boutte, he definitely presents a big threat. He had a massive game last week. I don't think I'm overreacting to it. We had the touchdown bet from last week that didn't cash, but he put up like a 100 spot, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look at week 10 here. Yeah, Mac ran 74.6% of the snaps, so higher than Diggs, on par with Hunter Henry, who, of course, is a tight end, but, is a massive part of that passing game. The rookie Kyle Williams, 52.4% of snaps. Let's look at, routes run to break it down a bit more. Matt Collins, Hunter Henry, and Travion actually 84.4% of routes run. Stephon Diggs, lower snap count, but obviously running the routes. Kyle Williams, 53%. Pop Douglas, 31. I expect nothing less from Mac again. And looking at some of the, let's go back even to week 9. And let's even put some week 8 in there as well. Patriots didn't have their bye yet, right? They did not. So Matt Collins, again, in targets. He is leading this team in targets over the course of the last 3 weeks, playing almost 70% of the snaps, 19.6% target share, 9.9% opportunity. Well, Travion Henderson is dominating the opportunity because, that includes running back as well. Then let's go back to efficiency here quickly, or base, and do some red zone stuff now, because I also bet Matt Collins to score a touchdown. Now, 3 games, only 1 end zone target, pretty diverse, pretty diversified, but I did bet Matt Collins anytime. I got it at 260. It's still available there at DK 260. It's better than FanDuel. Novig actually 262 with 2.5K liquidity. So get yourself 2 more cents there and bet this if you want to tail at at Novik, but I am all over Matt Collins. I think he has a very good game again. And the Jets defense is going to, really look like what we expect without, Quinn Williams and Sauce Gardner. It is an abysmal unit, and they're not getting that hype. They're 13.5-point dogs on the road against a, division rival here. So that's where I started with Matt Collins today. Another one that I bet, let's see if it's still there, because there was EV and if there still is, but I faded Ty Johnson. Now I know that obviously Garrett Wilson is not playing today, and that's going to give up some potential opportunities to some more Jets. But I mean, listen, man, I don't trust Justin Fields to do anything. I bet it's under at 135 for receptions. This 130 at MGM still looks good. We'll check the EV calcs in a second here. But I faded Tyler Johnson. I mean, yes, we're anticipating a top of the line script for Fields in the sense where the Patriots should be blowing him out, winning by a ton, and giving Justin Fields the opportunity to put up some garbage time stats like he is one of the kings of. But I don't see that being the case here. And I'll flip back to FTN in a second as well, because I want to look at Johnson's target share and snap percentages as well. But this is just a market bet, which is always going to dominate here. But let's see if that is still showing here, because that was even better at 365. And Arian Smith under, Travion under receptions here at 2.5. Brees Hall over at Hard Rock. Still seeing 2.9% EV on this. When I got it at 135, I want to say there was a 5% EV. And this 365, which of course isn't a sharp book or anything like that, but they had a 155 available. So there was some very good EV for Tyler Johnson. And now that it is still available, even at 2.9% EV, definitely worth betting. But what is poppin', Ty? Thanks for joining us.
What's up, dude? I am actually fired up, Eric. I think that this is a sneaky, hold up, let me make sure that everything's working. I think that this is a sneaky, really fun game, dude. I have a mega long shot parlay that I want to share at some point. But
absolutely,
dude, I think that there's some value on this game.
I agree with you. I bet some stuff, nothing too crazy so far. But I was just talking about the three things that I played so far. I bet Matt Collins over 37.5 receiving yards, Matt Collins anytime plus 260, and Tyler Johnson under 1.5 receptions plus 135. So we're getting to the fun stuff. But Ty, kick us off. What do you have? Give us, I guess, your holistic view on why you think this game is going to be so fun, and how you went about betting that.
Well, here's the thing, bro, is that I think that the quarterback for the Jets is either going to do two things. I think either it's just going to be he plays fine. The Patriots are probably going to win by margin regardless. They're going to stop the run regardless, right? So either what's going to happen, I think, is Fields is going to play absolute dog shit, have 50 yards in the first half and get benched for Tyrod, right? So then you could correlate some unders, that way.
Absolutely.
But I think that Tyrod's going to come in and start slinging it, or Fields' line is clearly priced in he's there's a good chance of getting benched, dude. So what if he just so dude, it's 130.
133, bro. 131 and a half at circa.
So I think it's a great spot to either just take some correlated stuff Fields under passing yards, Mitchell over receiving yards and stuff like that. That's going to be uncorrelated, right? And the books are going to give you some good odds for. Or just do Fields 200 plus, because dude, I mean, Fields he's thrown for 200 plus 4 out of 8 games. This isn't impossible, and it should be a great game environment for that. So, Eric, I have a nuke that I want to share here, in case anyone's watching. And let me actually pull this shit up on YouTube and share the link for this. So we can get some DGen questions coming in.
Absolutely. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you go follow Ty at Straight Bet and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. Puts out amazing NBA, NFL, and other sport content.
Yes, sir. So this is a Bet365 one, and I shared it at DK because it didn't have it up, and I wonder if the odds are still going to be there at 365. But dude, I mean, I played Adonai Mitchell to get 50 yards and a touchdown, right? I mean, I think Adonai is a great ladder play too, right? Because no Garrett Wilson, he's you don't really know who he is as a receiver. You've seen flashes of absurd talent. You've also seen him get benched for fumbling at the goal line. But the thing is, when he fumbled at the goal line, that was an amazing play, right? That was an amazing play.
It was.
He's a good receiver, man. I think there's a chance that he's the alpha by far without Garrett Wilson. So like I said, him 50 yards and a touchdown, and then Fields to throw for 200, right? I mean, what if Adonai catches and gets an explosive play for a touchdown, right? I mean, dude, I got that for 200 to 1. like $25 wins you like $5,000. Like, dude, are you shitting me? I feel like that is just like a great look, man. So I'm locked in on that. 200 to 1 is absurd. Even like, 100 to 1, 50 to 1. I'm like, I still think that's like, obviously that's a massive difference, right? But I don't know. I'm excited for that, and I really hope it happens.
I hope it happens for you. Don't have a 365, but we'll honestly tell on DK or FD, whichever has the best price, because why not? But I'm glad you brought this up because, bro, 131.5. Even in like a year ago, 2 years ago, even the last, like, I'll even go back 5 years when I've been betting NFL seriously, looking at props, watching markets move all week long. Even in the windiest of games in Cleveland, Ohio, have I not seen a quarterback total as low as 131.5.
I agree, dude.
And I think that the way to go about it, like, is how you're doing it by going with a 200 plus, because like you mentioned here, Justin Fields has done it. It's not like, yes, he has 50-yard passing games, 60-yard passing games. We also has a bunch of 200 plus yard games. And I was talking about free hot down tiles. Like, Justin Fields is the king of garbage time, and this is supposed to be, garbage time outlook. Todd, do you expect, though, back to the benching angle, do you expect this to like be more competitive throughout the game than the Patriots might break right toward the end? Or you think this has to be like fourth quarter, already down 21, just picking up nonsense stats for Fields to get to this number?
So here's the thing, bro. Patriots are like the best run defense in the league.
Yeah.
I think that like unless, and let's be real, Fields probably needs garbage time to like, put up to move the ball, right?
Yep.
Through the air, especially without Garrett Wilson. This Jets team, I think, like, is like a decent sell, right? They just beat the Browns, who also suck. Dylan Gabriel is awful. Please play Shooter Sanders, for goodness sake.
He will.
But,
I would have to.
Yeah, no, seriously. But yeah, dude, I don't see a world where, the Jets are just like running it down the Patriots' throat time after time again successfully.
Oh, no way.
And that's what's going to have to happen, man. I mean, let's not forget the Jets traded Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner on an already brutal defense. Drake May is legitimately like elite. So I don't see a world where this is competitive personally.
And that's what I was talking about before you hopped on, Ty, because I was saying like Dylan Gabriel and the Jets winning last week. If anybody puts any stock into that, the only takeaway you should have from last week is that Dylan Gabriel is like one of the worst quarterbacks we've ever seen. Yeah. Because some of those throws and his inability to read pockets, taking terrible sacks, read coverages, no pocket presence whatsoever, taking sacks, throwing absolute ducks. Even his touchdown pass to Judy, that ball looked like a duck. Like, yeah, it was completed. It was underthrown. Judy makes a good play to come back and get it. That ball was a floater up in the air. Like, there's nothing you can say about the Jets win that like actually you should be utilizing to upgrade them in the market by any means whatsoever. But the thing about Fields, and this actually, I did bet a Fields. I bet Fields touchdown. Ty. I bet Fields anytime. Yeah. I got it actually at 370. So I got a snag here at FanDuel. Now it's at 330. I only bet that at 6 o'clock, 6:01 I'm seeing. So I'm on Fields touchdown. If anybody wants to get in at 340 here, DK looks to be the best price, actually 341 on Novig. Because I do agree with your like thesis that like Justin Fields is capable of putting up 200 passing yards at plus 490 or running in a touchdown in garbage time. That's literally been his entire career, not even just his Jets tenure.
Yeah, just don't lay minus money on Justin Fields, dude. You could like literally say like literally anything Justin Fields that you're taking at plus money is a good bet, dude. Because like, I mean, it's like, bro, either he's gonna play like shit and like not and just like have 50 yards and get benched, or he's going to just do his normal Justin Fields thing where he's not playing great, but he's doing good enough, and then they're down by 1 million, and then he starts throwing a ton, and he gets there in garbage time, right? So yeah, just don't bet minus money on Justin Fields.
No, absolutely not. And no, continue.
Oh no, I was just like, I was gonna say, but like also like if you're gonna take the unders, like take like under 0.5 touchdowns and under passing yards or something, and pair that together and get some plus money. Because like I said, I mean there is a lot of outs for that. Like he could easily get benched, especially if this game gets ugly early. It's like, okay, well, let's blame Justin Fields and put in Tyrod.
Yeah, as we know, Aaron Glenn obviously been very non-committal ever since. Like they did make that little bit of a switch. Ownership a couple of weeks ago, if we remember, Woody Johnson straight up saying there should be better quarterback play. Then that game after is when Justin Fields, put on another good performance because, he has the athletic ability and he's, in situations where the defense is kind of playing prevent here. But Ty, I bet one more thing straight, and then I'm down to start cooking up the touchdown jackpot. There's a 3-leg parlay boost on DraftKings for tonight, SGP. I don't know if you use that or not, but regardless, I haven't, so we'll build that out together. But I also bet Drake May under 26.5 rush yards, -112. So actually this 108 at DraftKings best price, actually bookmaker even better. So I don't love how the market moved on this. I bet this last night. But Ty, my thought process was like in a game that should be like probably non-competitive for the get-go, I don't anticipate there being a need for any designed run opportunities for Drake May because why? Like, I don't think they're going to need to do something like that. And number two, the Jets aren't going to be able to get like a ton of pressure. I don't think either. I think May's going to sit back there, throw his check downs, find his players deep down the field, and he's not going to have to run the football whatsoever.
Yeah, 100. I agree completely, dude. Like game script hits, they're up by margin. Absolutely zero design run should be called. I guess like, and then even like say like maybe you do get unlucky and he rips off like 2 for 26 and then he comes in and gets some kneel downs going, right? Like there's even outs like that way, right? So yeah, this is like a brutal game environment to back quarterback rushing 100%, dude. I'm aligned.
I do have another just like thought process. There's definitely has to be data out there. I just haven't dove in deep enough into it. But obviously, or I shouldn't say obviously, but I feel like a lot of people when they're betting on the NFL, especially when it comes to mobile quarterbacks, they love to bet on mobile quarterbacks over rushing yards when teams have high pressure rates because they anticipate, pocket breaking down a bit, then like having to scramble and run. But I feel like the eye test is telling me, and I'm not dying on any hills on any eye tests, but I feel like there are a lot of circumstances where quarterbacks that are mobile or like Drake May is absolutely a mobile quarterback. Like he's obviously not Lamar, but he's a mobile quarterback. When they have all the time in the world, they can survey, and then just kind of like do it. Like I think Justin Herbert's one of the best at this, hangs out in the pocket. There isn't really any pressure, but like nobody's getting open. And then they just escape easily and pick up scramble yards that way. So kind of contradicting myself, but wondering if you have any like takes or have seen any data. Cause like, I feel like while like, again, like your first thought would be the pocket collapses, big pass rush, rushing quarterbacks to put up stats. But I think the pass rush might not even be as correlated because if you have the time and you can survey the whole field and you still have nobody around you, then you just run and pick up the yards.
Yeah, dude. I think that, we obviously like betting on like quarterback stuff, but like, and like what you said with your May reasoning, like that is an edge in my opinion, right? It's like sell high, he had some like intense games and, quarterbacks are way more willing to lay it on the line and that, that's just like human nature, right? But yeah, I actually do agree with that, man. It's like, because I've seen some stuff like people just have all the time in the world, like nothing's open. It's like you can survey the field. You can, oh, holy crap, the middle's wide open. Let's take off. And it's like, well, when there's like pressure, like, dude, most quarterbacks aren't even like fast enough to like escape that, and it's like then they're running outside and, looping around, they're running a lot, but they're not gaining yards. So I actually don't think pressure rate, like, because Denver like doesn't allow QB rushing yards at all. I remember there's a thing where like Hurts didn't have any, like who else did they play? Dart really didn't have much on the ground, and it's just like, and they have like the best pass rush in the league. So it's like, I mean, I don't know.
If you're pass rushing properly, you're getting those gaps. You're stopping the rush lanes, right? So like then you should have to force only guys up the middle. But if you have a mobile quarterback, then you should probably have a spy on them anyway in the middle of the field. So there has to be data out there, but I just wanted to bring that up because I've been thinking about this because I've been seeing it. And I'm just like, wait a second. Like, I am curious what this actually is because the eye test is telling me that actually time in the pocket might be more beneficial for some of these rushing quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But I agree. Here, pull up the EV. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm seeing this Ty Johnson that I bet under now at plus 130. But like, looks like the market just got nuked. We're seeing 21.3% EV at MGM at plus 130 now. So it looks like Penny, Novig, FanDuel, which I have DVig from in Profit X, is not even showing a line. But something just happened here when this number just moved big time because this is showing 21% EV. And if you're watching, I bet this at 135, and that was only 5% EV where the market was at that time. If you have an MGM, get to your account and bet this ASAP before it's gone. Let's just even confirm it's there. It's just that's the market moving. This is what happens when you use a tool like Pick the Odds or another pick the odds is one of the quickest ones out there, and that just dropped to 105 as it was loading up. So we're going to go back to PTO, and it's going to say bet no longer available as it's moving in real time. But that was a great snag from us throughout the stream. Shout out to pick the odds for the help there.
Yo, Eric, dude, can you quick use PTO and check out what AD Mitchell over or AD Mitchell 20 plus receiving yards is at spots?
Absolutely. Let's take a dive. I have the Mac Hollins straight anytime touchdown and the Fields straight anytime, but I have not used my jackpot bonus yet. So we're definitely going to be utilizing that. But let's see what AD Mitchell receiving yards. Let's get to it, and let's look at the market for 20 plus. His baseline for the game, I haven't really looked at any AD stuff, is around 14.5, 15.5, 20 plus, over 19.5, plus 144 at Novig with 242 in liquidity, plus 110 at FanDuel, nothing at DK, 115 at 365.
Okay, sweet. That Novig line's pretty juicy.
Yes, 144. That is absolutely juicy. If you're a stake user, stake has a 157. And that's the best price in market. This is BOL. Oh, this is Bovada 120. But yeah. So Ty, I guess like your AD Mitchell thesis is just kind of more like, again, he's he's a talented like player. He has the athletic traits. He's a deep ball guy. It's just like, okay, we're now like, because AD Mitchell has one good game. We're never seeing a 19.5 again with him. Or 14, really.
Well, Eric, I want your take on this too, man. I kind of think that the Jets like are a lock to not have like a really, really bad passing game, right? Because Tyrod's active, right? We're not gonna see like a 50-yard passing game like we've seen multiple times, right? Because if Fields is bullshitting, they're pulling him, and the probability of like I said, in my opinion, the probability of the Jets being able to run the ball and they're like, the game's close, they're not getting killed. I think like the probability of that is like insanely low, man. So it's like, it's going to be I feel very confident that's going to be a great environment, but also it's like, okay, well, if Fields is like bullshitting, like they're just going to put Tyrod in and he's going to be totally fine at like moving the ball against this Patriots defense, especially if it's, against prevent and stuff. So I think that like, like just the odds of like the Jets having one of those like awful games is like very, very low.
No, and I agree. And like, that's why I'm definitely interested. I have again, this 30% boost for tonight on DK that I'm definitely willing to put some Jet stuff in as well. Because like the way that some of these things are priced, I have a question here. What do you think about Brees first TD 11-1 at DK? From a pricing perspective, I'm always going to love a running back one at 11-1, but obviously it's 11-1 because the Jets run game against the best rush defense. They're 12.5 point, 13 point underdogs, and they're probably not expecting a lot of scoring at all. I think that actually just might be a donation. I know last week we hit on Josh Jacobs at 8-1 in a very similar situation. Of course, 300 points less, but Josh Jacobs gets every single carry for the Raiders. That ended up hitting and was a great bet from like a price perspective. I bet that I'm like 8-1 for a guy. I'd get their massive dogs, but like he's the only one who's going to touch the ball in the red zone if they get there, and actually ended up working out here. I don't see that for Brees for the first touchdown, unfortunately. But back to what I was like saying here is we're getting the Jets at like the absolute low in terms of pricing, and like the way that the game is priced is like for the Jets to have like straight up like expecting them to score like 3 points. Like what's their team total? I'll find out right this second. But like this is pricing them from a prop perspective, like they're playing the 85 Bears.
Yeah,
and like that's probably not it. What am I looking for here? Team. I'm curious what the Jets team total is. Team total points. Jets team total is okay. We're seeing some decent. Jets are getting 14.5 points for the Jets. Cassie asking Diggs first TD. I haven't looked at price first TDs, but we'll of course do that. But Ty, let's focus a little bit on these boosts here, because I know you already have something that you like. I bet some stuff that I like. Do we kind of, I guess, double down on what we already like, or do we, get unique with a new set of bets here?
Let's get unique.
I'm down.
So DK boost, you said what is
DK is 30% SGP boost. My max bet is $5 and it's a 3+ leg. So definitely not to get crazy with this. And Cassie, for your question, Diggs' first touchdown obviously can't hit, but we're seeing 9-1 at Circa, where the best price at other books are 650, 7-1. From like the way I bet my first touchdowns and shaping the odds, I just can't bet that, to be honest with you. Obviously he can hit, and understandable that why you'd be interested. Just from a pricing for me, that's got to be a pass. But yeah, no. So the thing is, so that parlay that you talked about before you said was 50-1 on DK. That Mitchell 50+ touchdown and Fields 200+. It's now down to 40-1. That being said, I still definitely am interested. I haven't bet any Fields alts myself, but honestly, I want to have something with Fields alternate lines in it for myself, even if I don't use this boost on that.
I'm about to just like do like Fields under passing yards, under passing touchdown. Oh, I can't do that. Jeez, nice.
Yeah, you got to be careful, because not like careful, but like the SGP builder on DK, there were some things last week that I was seeing that I've seen throughout the course of the season, but I think it's gotten worse somehow, where like they're not allowing certain bets to be SGP'd, and it's like I don't understand how. I couldn't it was either on Monday, definitely on Monday. I wanted to bet Hurts under 1.5 passing touchdowns in a parlay, SGP. On DK, could not SGP a Hurts under passing touchdowns.
Yeah,
criminal.
Dude. So, dude, rebet builder. I actually love using this shit for it, but Eric, like I can take like Fields. So like if we think that there's a chance that Fields gets benched, like I can take under 7.5 carries, under like I can put in passing attempts, and like they'll like allow me to like put all this shit in.
Oh wow! So you can make how are they pricing it in as it's correlated, or how's that pricing looking?
Dude, not really, bro. Like
that's like, a good sign.
So Eric, I can get Fields under 7.5 carries, under 23.5 passing attempts, under 0.5 passing tutties, under 15.5 pass completions, and then under 137.5 passing yards. Basically, the Fields gets bench parlay, plus 775, dude.
Plus 775 for on the hypothesis that Justin Fields gets benched. Yeah, no, that absolutely sounds nice. And this is on what you said, rebet?
Yep, rebet.
Very nice. Very nice. Again, like I'm getting like a bit of FOMO now and not having a single like Fields alternate. Because I do agree, just from like the regardless of if you think the Jets get smoked or somehow make this game competitive, like getting a guy who, and like again, hit rates aren't the most useful thing, but like they are also still pieces of context that are worth like thinking about. Like it's not like it's something that like he's never done to go like plus, it's only priced at plus 450. It's something he's done 5 times this year that's priced at plus 450. But Todd, does it give you any pause? Because obviously we know that, markets are sharp and there is information asymmetry at a lot of points. Do you think the fact that we're seeing one of the lowest QB lines I've ever seen in my entire life for passing yards is an indication of the books just thinking they're going to get benched, or like potentially, hate to say, like knowing? When I say the books, I mean sharp bettors betting into the books, not the Vegas made the call nonsense.
Dude, I mean, you have to price it in. I think you just have to price it in, man. Like if I was a bookmaker, I'd probably set the line the exact same. And obviously you have to like offer alts to the people. I like I said, there's a lot of ways for this to go, but I think for the most part, like genuinely, that's just like what they have to do, bro.
No, I agree. I agree. Glad to get your take though on that. Yeah. But I'm definitely betting a Fields alternate line something. I might honestly just bet the 200 at 450 and call it a day. Straight, realistically. Let's see. Let me make sure I have anything with Ty. Did you use your jackpot bonus yet on FanDuel?
I did not know. Who are you going to use it on?
Great question. Have not decided that yet, because like I said, I did bet Fields anytime and Mac anytime, but I didn't use my promo just yet here. But I do want to get something going. But I want to look again at this Field stuff quickly, because I honestly, not to not have a collab here, but you already have that Fields beauty, and I'm thinking maybe using the DK boost on a Fields alternate lay could just be where I'm at, bro. It's as low as 129.5 now at MGM. I know we said don't bet plus negative odds on Justin Fields, but that is a low ass number, man. 129.
It's low as shit.
But now that it's steaming lower, I mean, Circa looks like it went up from 133 to 136. Again, like closer to game time, information is at the as efficient as it can be. Definitely would lead me away to, again, sticking to any negative odds plays for Fields. Like, again, if you want to get after it and bet some alternates, I'm never gonna shy you away from trying to do so, especially if you get the best odds. So here, FanDuel not even giving alternate odds on Fields. Oh, they are up to 200, 370, but DK's at 454. So just that in itself is a good bet. What's that at? 342 for 190. 10 more yards though for that. 271. Do we get crazy here? Should we look at the odds of most passing yards in the game, Justin Fields? The thing, this is a situation where that wouldn't be better though, from a pricing perspective. Where
I actually don't like it because like Drake May is just gonna he's against this defense, dude. Like Justin Fields. I mean, what is odds?
I'm pulling it up right now. But I will say, for whatever it's worth, I'm in a dynasty fantasy league and I'm trying to tank and lose, and I have Drake May as my quarterback, but I benched him this week, expecting him to turn up because I'm trying to lose. So I do expect another Drake May masterclass, as we mostly come to expect here. But let's go see. I'm just curious here what the pricing is for like most passing, rushing, and receiving yards markets, because I've had success with those this season. So always curious to find, because there could definitely be edges there. Let's see, passing props. I'm scrolling to the wrong menu. Let's see, most passing yards. Fields is only plus 440, where May is minus 720. So that would be a horrible bet to bet Fields at. If that was like 20 to 1 or something, that's when it would be like intriguing. But of course, that's not getting there. Most receiving yards here on FanDuel. Diggs the leader. Hollins at 430 behind him is so interesting to me. Jets, E.D. Mitchell, only 13 to 1 for a guy who obviously hasn't spent a lot of time in New York just yet. 13 to 1. Let's see what DK is pricing. They're normally much, much worse, but 11 to 1. 475 on Hollins on DK versus 450. This is SGPable. I like myself some Hollins. What do you think about any Kyle Williams stuff after what you saw last week?
Dude, he's good, bro. Like, he's real good. I like his longest reception. What is that at, like 12 and a half?
We'll get back to PTO quickly. Let's see. I'm definitely betting something Fields, just because I don't care if he gets benched. Like, I'm caveating that. It's just like you're giving me plus money. But longest reception, let's see. Kyle Williams. We're seeing 15.5 even money bookmaker, 15.5, 13.5 ESPN being looking like the best price here. Donnie and Demario alts. Slow pop Douglas and AD Mitchell. Listen,
dude, I think this is a great alts game, bro. This is such a good alts game, like genuinely.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Because the Jets, I mean, if the Patriots guys get there, it's gonna be on explosives, I think, personally. Like with how Drake May plays. So it's I could easily see a Pop Douglas 40-yard catch. He's been doing that shit every week, it seems like.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's see here. There's so much we can go with this. Thoughts on first quarter Pats minus 3.5 and first half Pats minus 7. Jake yesterday on stream was all over the Patriots first half minus 7. That was actually one of his best bets. From a pricing perspective, it's really what's going to come down to what makes that worth it or not. We can definitely look at these at the market right now and see. So I don't have strong thoughts on anything spread wise. I'm with Ty right now, where I agree that finding some alternate kind of stuff in the prop market is definitely the way I want to go about it. But let's get you definitely the best prices available here for both of those markets. So first half spread, getting a little lag. Let's go pick it up. First half spread here, Patriots minus 7. So 7 you can get it. It was 115 at Circa, 110 at Profit X if you're interested. Only 550, 544 of liquidity, so that's good. 115 at 365 if you don't have it. And we could do first quarter here as well and see what the 3.5 is. I don't hate it because, like, again, I think that also kind of correlates with Ty and mine's like thoughts on how this game's going to break down. It's going to be because of like a garbage time Jets competitiveness, because the Patriots do come out and play well, and you're getting plus 116 to penny. So there's not really great EV in the market unless you're betting at these 365 for those two bets. But I have no like thoughts against them for whatever that is worth.
Eric, do you have any thoughts on dude? Do you think so? Trevion Henderson's line's at 70.5, and Terrell Jennings, who was literally basically in a split with him, and then he kind of got hurt midweek last week, but now he's playing again. Like, dude, do you think Terrell's that split's way too high between them? Because they just don't really like using Trevion as a workhorse between the tackle back, dude. Like, honestly.
So this is I think the $1 million question for the day. So I had Terrell Jennings to score a touchdown last week, but of course he got hurt on the game, because I had the same thought process as you. Like, how the hell is he 350 and Trevion's 110 when the splits were basically the same, and they actually were giving the short yardage goal line stuff to Terrell Jennings, who actually scored a touchdown 2 weeks ago.
Dude, he had the first 2 carries of the game, for the Patriots.
It just comes down to, Ty, like, what do you do about the fact that Trevion Henderson ran for 2 50-yard touchdowns? Like, you know what I mean? It's like what do you expect? Do you think it's finally like he did it, check the boxes, variable daps him up, we're best boys again, like, let's go, this is what we got you for, now let's give you the ball? Because 2 weeks ago, Trevion Henderson's rushing attempt line was 12.5, and now it's like 16.5.
Well, Eric, this is my thoughts. So yes, Trevion definitely earned a little bit of more work, but here's the thing, dude. The Jets allow 24.67 running back rushing attempts per game, which is the 4th most. And obviously because they just get killed all the time, right? So, let's say there's 24 rushing attempts to go around here for the Patriots. Like, what, Henderson doesn't seem like a guy who you want to give the ball 18 times to on the ground, right? Maybe you give him some targets through the air for overall touches, and I don't know. It seems like the Patriots have kind of felt that way about Trevion the whole time too. So, but Terrell Jennings keeps on going down and down, man. So I don't know if someone sharp has some information, because he was questionable, which kind of scares me, but I might bite on this shit, to be honest, dude.
I wouldn't blame you. The only thing that would have me off of it, because I would love to buck the fact that everybody and their mother, that doesn't necessarily know what they're doing, is definitely going to be all over Trevion today. The only concern for me is the short week off the, leaving the game injury. That's the only thing that to me is like, maybe it's not worth betting, but like you said, the number I watched, I saw 17.5 earlier. What are you seeing it at now?
16.5.
Yeah. So
I'm tempted, bro.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, because that is so low for a guy who was literally getting the snaps over Trevion. And then Trevion, I think Trevion is still in a situation, even with those 2 big plays last week, where if he not only fumbles or does something egregious like that, where if he even misses a pass protection assignment, he could get his ass sat down again.
Yeah, exactly, dude. But they also have Dearness Johnson, this practice squad guy. It's I don't know how injured Terrell Jennings is, but it's he's playing, man. I don't know, dude. It's if I mean, I don't know, Eric. I'm just I'm staring at it. I'm dude, Terrell Jennings, to get sick, because the thing is that they're playing the Jets, bro. It's they're gonna be up. We both strongly think that they're gonna be up by a lot and be running the clock out and stuff. So I don't know, man. This dude's hungry. He probably wants the ball. It's not like Terrell Jennings is in the long-term plans, not to be a dick or anything, but it's not oh, we have to save him, right?
No, I'm glad you actually said that, because I was going to say as well, why would they, people are nowhere oh, you're a rookie running back, why don't you just feed the rook? Bro, you want Trevion Henderson to at least have 6 good years with the Patriots, at the minimum. Why would you put him out on the field in the 4th quarter against the Jets? That should be where you give it to guys like Dearness Johnson or Terrell Jennings. Trevion Henderson, the thing is, think about it too, obviously Vrabel's the head coach. King Henry didn't turn up until what, year 4, year 5? And I don't think that's because Derrick Henry finally got good at football in his 5th year in the NFL. They just slowed him along. So I think fading Trevion and or backing Terrell Jennings is a good way to look at it too, because again, from a straight rushing attempts perspective, I know that this is this anticipated blowout, but I know for a fact 2 weeks ago Travion Henderson's line was 11.5 because he had 12 and I lost by the hook. And then last week it was 12.5 and he had 12, if I'm not mistaken. So I know that this now, which I'm pulling up right here, is I saw a 16.5 earlier, could have moved down to 15.5. So maybe that is the answer as well, right there. Because it's definitely moved from 16.5. I saw it here earlier at 16.5.
Good.
And by the way, that Fields, I don't know if somebody's listening or somebody made a massive bet, but that Fields 200 plus, that was 450 tie or like 460, is now down to 352 on DK.
Really?
Yes, sir. I was looking at Travion yesterday at U17.5. It was a bit too late. Would you now prefer under his yards or attempts?
I mean, dude, I think the market's efficient now. It's at 15.5. Like, I think you just missed a number, and I wouldn't take it. And I'm not taking it under rushing. It's like this Jets offense goes 3 and out like 5 times in a row, and like the defense is pissed, and here comes like an 80-yard house call.
I'm with Ty on this one, Tony. I think it's just like, don't, you missed a number. I've missed numbers all day long sometimes. Like, it's all in the game. Don't need to chase. I think at this point, though, betting Terrell Jennings overs rather than Travion unders is probably the way to go. At this point, brother, like Ty just said, market's probably too efficient, and like, there'll be another edge for Sunday's games. So it is what it is, all in the game.
Dude, it's like I'm just like looking at Terrell Jennings, bro. It's like why would this dude be active? I don't know, man. I'm trying to see if I want to play it or not, dude. Do you think that do you like his over too, Eric?
Yeah, I had Jennings last week, and with the same exact thought process you have for this week. Again, the only concern and differentiating factor now is just simply the coming off an injury on a short week. Terrell, I'm curious what his TD is. Honestly, he's 320 at FanDuel, nothing at Circa, which I actually do like. 410 at Profit X though, so that's worth noting with 896 in liquidity. So that's a good amount of a good chunk of change there for a touchdown prop, especially on a backup TD RB. Is he worth it for the jackpot bonus? I'm thinking.
Yeah, I like that.
For
or maybe even like, who's sneaky? I don't know what D'Ernest is at, but like D'Ernest could be sneaky too if it's like really a blow and they're like, okay, like Terrell, we're gonna rest your knee and stuff. So
which is definitely possible. See D'Ernest Johnson, his anytime tutty, 850 at FanDuel, which is actually the best in market. Nothing to Circa. That could be the sneaky play of the day. But the only issue with that, which isn't necessarily an issue, is just like you're only getting one bite at the apple because he's not scoring that first touchdown, realistically.
No. Nope, agree.
We can pull up his last odds out of curiosity here. Last touchdown odds, 30 to 1 at DK, 35 to 1 at 365 tie. It's compared to 22 to 1 at FanDuel for D'Ernest's last touchdown. Noticing a lot of these colder NFL games lately going under. Y'all factor in weather. Of course, got to factor in weather, especially wind. Wind is definitely one of the most impactful weather elements for total betting, spread betting, game scripts as well. But there's always a point, Wolfcotto, of like buyback. Like, for example, the Bears-Giants game, that weather, that shit got steamed from 48.5 to 44.5, goes over comfortably with those conditions. So got to be factoring in weather. With that being said, it really does come down to wind. I don't think the cold for two East Coast teams is really going to, be like a massive factor. Like the Thursday night short week factor is always going to be, a bigger thing here as well. But no, Todd, we obviously got a game time coming up soon here. I got to use these boosts, but I'm mad at myself now because I've been doing too much going back and forth, and I missed that massive price on Fields passing yard, 200 plus that you got. I'm annoyed now. I'm feeling like Tony Sense here because it's like, bro, like I still want to bet it because I want some stuff in, but the fact of the matter is the value's gone. So the responsible thing to do is to live to see another day.
Unfortunately, I think that Terrell Jennings maybe alt is the way to do it, which sounds like kind of like Dusty, but like, I mean, just like with the uncertainty, like maybe he does just have his rollback and then, there's 24 running back attempts and he gets 9 of them, should be able to get like 30 yards against this defense, right?
Absolutely, because this Jets defense should be like so bad. And the Patriots, and something we learned big time in the I love that, brother. All love. Something we learned big time in that Tampa Bay game, just from a Patriots offensive philosophy, Josh McDaniels, is they will never abandon their game plan. And I mean that in a good way. In the sense where like they were running the ball into brick walls, opened up the passing game. Once the passing game was opened up, as we saw at the end of the second quarter there, then they got those big runs from Travion. So they have like really great game scripting and game planning. So I think Ty, because of the Josh McDaniels' desire to establish the run and stick to the run, that your projection of 24, 25 attempts as a team makes sense. And Jennings being active is definitely a good sign.
Yeah, for sure. I think, Eric, what I'm going to do is I'm honestly just going to like watch the damn game and like see like if Jennings gets like some early snaps, like dude, I'm just gonna have all my books pulled up and I'm gonna live bet is over. Like, but because let's be real, it is in the range of outcomes. Like this, maybe this dude's super hurt. They just have him active for like, I don't know, shits and giggles. And like, he's not going to see if he doesn't see the field for the first like 2 series or something, then it's like, okay, well, he's not going to play. Or if you see Dearness Johnson go on the field before him, I'm literally just going to have all my books pulled up, man. Yeah, it really is, Tony.
It's the move. Really. And yeah, Tony, Ty's been preaching it is an alts game or nothing. And with that being said, I feel like I don't have enough alts. So I got to get some alts in. But I'm mad that I missed that good pricing on Mr. Fields there.
Well, I also just played, like I said, I played like an all alt under Fields thing too. So it's like I have both sides of the coin, man. I'm rooting for him to either suck ass or be good enough and play the whole game. And it's like either or. Like I feel pretty good that he's not going to finish around that 130 passing yards, and he'll be closer to 200 or closer to 50. So
absolutely. 170, 192. Yeah. So FanDuel now has the best pricing on anything Fields alternate over. So DraftKings did adjust big time there. Rushing props. FanDuel not even offering alternate rushing yards on Mr. Terrell Jennings here. See if DK is offering anything for Terrell Jennings in the alternate department. DK is though. So up to 25 and a half plus 158. 200 actually over at ESPN Bet. No, definitely need to get some of these alternates. And Fields 175 plus passing. Passing yards, but these prices are going to be bad. Let me also cook this on DK simultaneously because we do have the boost. So FanDuel also does take their heavy correlation tax. They're not slipping in that department by any means. So let's see. We have a Terrell Jennings 25 plus, a Fields 170 plus. Yep. I love Matt Collins today. Matt Collins 50 plus. That's 15-1 with the boost. 1950. Matt Collins.
Eric, do you want to know what would be like really? So you're on DK, right? You're using the DK stuff.
Yeah, for this boost, I want to use it as well.
So do you know what would be like? I think really smart is yes, like the Terrell Jennings 15 plus, but then correlate it with Fields, because like, you want a good game script, right? I mean, we think we're going to get a good game script, but you want a good game script for Terrell, right?
Of course.
So then you take the Fields, because if Fields gets benched, that means that he's playing like shit and they're probably losing by a lot, right? So you take some Terrell 25 plus and then under passing yards for Fields and maybe under rushing yards too, or like rushing attempts if you can take that in a parlay or something.
No, that's a great point. That is definitely a great point because you would. The thing is, though, like when it comes to Jennings, just out of curiosity, Ty, like the hope is not necessarily that he's only getting garbage time fourth quarter touches. The fact of the matter was, like you said, he got the 2 opening carries of the game.
Yeah. I feel pretty good that he's not going to get the first 2 carries of the game with how good Henderson played, but I just think that like dude, they're completely different runners. It's like you want a grinder, you want like it's like the Gibbs and Montgomery Dollar Tree version. Is Jennings and Henderson.
Absolutely, it's fun. They're definitely some what Travion did last game was electric. It was so sick. What's going on here? Still got to use the jackpot and bet some first TDs as well. So let's I'm going to shift and just go through the odds here on some first TDs because I'm always going to bet some first TDs. That being said, though, I'm probably not betting a Jet. It's more about which Patriot I think is worth betting. Maybe I bet a Jet for the jackpot anytime. I have my Matt Collins anytime. Pricing is not really too great. 11-1. We looked at Diggs and that wasn't good. Let's pop Douglas. 15-1 circa best price. 20-1 at 365 if you have that available to you. Let's see. Patriots special team / defense.
I could see that, dude. Like I could actually absolutely see that.
Absolutely. Just bookmaker at 3,300 and DK 28-1 is not ideal. Travion's at 4-1. I saw earlier. Yeah, 5-1 circa. That's just so makes sense, man. Just I don't think I'm not betting that personally, especially because we do have some thoughts that it could be a situation for Terrell Jennings. Let's see. I don't know. These odds are like kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie on even first touchdowns. But I'll definitely get something in there because I will always. So outside of AD Mitchell though, Ty, any jet that you're targeting in the passing game, or it's just AD Mitchell's your favorite potential alt candidate there?
For sure. I think take the shot on AD Mitchell. Like I said, I personally think he's really, really talented. And I think like they're just like he, had some dumb mistakes, but new team, you line him up against Tyler Johnson, Mason Taylors of the world, Arian Smiths, like he's the most talented by far. So just take a stab at and he's a deep threat too. He's very explosive. Take it. I think his alts make a ton of sense. But also like I said, man, Eric, like I said at the start, man, I do think it's like very safe for the Jets passing offense to not have like a 50-yard passing game. So
yes, it's I definitely do agree with that sentiment. All right, so I gotta lock something in here with this boost and this promo. Have more than enough like ammo to get some stuff in here. We've gone deep into this game. We have like pretty strong thoughts overall. Fields 170, 192. Receiving stuff. See, this is just, I mean, there's a correlation tax there. So I'm trying to see like Fields and correlated with some Terrell Jennings, but like should be some AD Mitchell, but obviously that's already going to be correlated. And the price you got, that was a snipe, Ty. That was an absolute snipe when you bet that early because those numbers have plummeted since then. Of course, we're closer to game time, which makes sense, but it's all in the game. That's what we do this for, is sniping those numbers.
Oh yeah.
All right. $5 max bet. I locked in because I love Hollins today. I think 50 plus being plus 150 when his line is 41 is a little bit absurd. So I bet Fields 170 plus passing, Hollins 50 plus, and Terrell Jennings 15 plus. With the boost, that's 1170 on DK. I had a max bet of 5, so I probably should have gotten a bit crazier, but it's too late here. We're making decisions. Indecision lost me a great price on Fields, unfortunately. Okay, and then now we have anytime touchdown and this boost or any other parlay that maybe we take. Ty, gun to your head, who's your what pass catcher for the Patriots would have a day? You like the Pop Douglas down the board? Kyle Williams, what are you thinking? Gun to head.
Geez, dude. Hunter Henry, maybe. No Austin Hooper.
No Austin Hooper, so Hunter Henry. First touchdown odds 6-1 at circa 7-1 at the rec books across the board there.
Okay. Circa knows Hunter Henry's due.
Absolutely. His anytime is 155 at circa, 160 at Novig. For this promo, like I got the field. I should have bet the fields for the promo. That's plummeted to 310, bro. I got that at 370. So hopefully that ends up hitting, but I did not use my promo on that. Dearness Johnson, or maybe Terrell's worth it, honestly, for this promo. Let's see, 320, it's FanDuel. I'm betting Terrell Jennings for the jackpot.
Eric, what's your thought on this right here? So this is only on Bet365, but for the game, they have total passing yards, and it's at 393 and a half.
393
for the game. So May counts too.
So with Fields at 131, so 392, they're expecting him to put up at like a 260 spot. But with your Fields alternate, say he gets to even 170, that's not a ton of heavy lifting May has to do there. It just was it minus 110 each way?
So yeah, so it's when you add up May's passing line and Fields' passing line, it gets to 370, 371, right? And, I guess there's like a range of outcomes where like you see some backup quarterback passing attempts from the Patriots if they're like up by 1,000,000, right? I mean, maybe, but like I said, I mean, like what would you set like the Jets passing yard over at? Not just Fields, but like if like you had a Jets, what would you put it at?
Based on the market, if they're having Fields at 130, but that's expected to be benched, and for him to get benched, he'd probably have to have around 50. Tyrod in the second half, and while this is like might be a hot take, honestly, I don't think Tyrod Taylor is good at football. Obviously, he's an upgrade to Fields because you're an upgrade to Fields. Realistically, I would still probably set the Jets passing yard line at like 175.
Okay,
because that would be still 120 in the second half of Tyrod, even in garbage time. Because Fields to get benched, like he would have to be abysmal, which we all know is like, of course, very possible.
Yeah, I'm going to play this. I think this is a good bet over 393.5 total passing yards because it feels like they're just like baking in, like it's just like a combo of Fields and May, like with like a little bit of. So. But you kept me in line for not nuking it to oblivion.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a nuke because like outside of like Tyrod Taylor coming in and like the upgrade, it's like also like look who he's throwing the football to.
Yeah. No. Well, AD. It's AD season.
It's AD season. I think I got to get in some AD as well. Let's see. First touchdown, AD Mitchell to let's see rec yards. I got Diggs and Brees for a TD each for one of my slips. Yeah. No, I mean, listen, like Diggs, obviously, I'm sure going to get a massive target share. The Jets have any chance. They should be smart and funnel the football to their, number one option in Brees Hall. Definitely play about him. Thing is, Brees Hall. So I had him for a touchdown last week, which got to the window, which I'm happy about. Obviously, he broke that long run. Brees Hall is just so damn good. A sack prop here. Harold Landry to record a sack. I'll check out the odds for you. I haven't bet any defensive markets this season whatsoever. Todd, do you ever bet defensive markets?
I don't know. I don't know shit about the defense, and I'm not going to act like I do.
I mean, I'll pull up the best odds for you, Cassie. Here, let's see what Harold Landry best price in the market. 154 at DK. So you're getting a better price than FanDuel here. I don't know again how efficient that is. That's actually only for a quarter of a sack. So if he gets a half a sack, that's a good bet. I mean, a half a sack for a guy like Landry. Jets O-line we know has been better this season so far. But if you're playing it, play that quarter sack at 154 at DK because the full sack is 185. You don't want to get screwed over there. Could have to get two halves there, or record one full one. So this 154 here for a quarter of a sack here for Harold Landry, I could see it.
Yeah, I could too. I like that.
Would you even bet a Jets first touchdown here? Like kind of like the same way, I bet that Genty first last week, thinking, the Raiders could end up being competent, hit the window. The Jets, though, like, are the Jets going to score first?
Dude, what would you set the probability at? I guess like in my head, I'm like thinking like correctly, to be honest. I'm like 0. Like obviously there's like a
I genuinely think it's pretty close to 0 as well. Like that's why I'm like I don't know, because like is Drake May going to throw? Think about the Jets too, right? Like again, like they had like the last weekend. This is like the stereotypical Jets. I live in New York. I listen to the Jets media. I have Jets fan friends. Just for fun, I'm not a Jets fan. I'm a Commander fan. But the last weekend was the Jets Super Bowl playing against the Cleveland Browns, and the funniest part and the most Jets part about it is the best thing for the Jets to do would have been to lose that game for draft positioning. But because they're the Jets, that's their Super Bowl, and they win that game. That actually is probably going to inadvertently screw them when it comes to draft capital time. That's the Jets for you in a nutshell. And that's why I wouldn't be shocked to see the Jets score 3 points today.
I would not either, dude. I would not either.
Listen, I've been all over Matt Collins. 12-1 at MGM. I think I just have to go with my Hollins for my first touchdown. I haven't many time. I'll double dip on him on first. Like I putting the nuts on the table here. I like Matt Collins today. Saw some EV to the market with more of a gut play overall. Watching his line move as well. It's 255. It's been dropping, dipping. But MGM 12-1 first for Matt Collins. That's going to be my first touchdown for today. Matt Collins,
I like that, dude. Matt Collins was weirdly really, really involved last week without Booty. 10 targets for Matt Collins. Has he had that in his career? Honestly.
Dude, he blew up last week. I had it for a touchdown at a crazy price last week. I forgot exactly what it was. Obviously didn't get to the window there, but
yeah, AD Mitchell, man. I'm just staring at his baselines too, dude. Novig has crazy lines on them right now. It's yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I have it right here. I'm gonna pull up what Matt Collins anytime was last week because I bet that shit. He had a 100-yard game, did not get to the end zone. His anytime last week was 550, bro. I bet that shit. Obviously didn't hit, but great bet. And now this week it's down to 250.
There we go.
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, so let me recap. What's up, Ty?
I'm gonna be live betting this game like a MF. Let me just quick tell. I'm gonna quick tell the audience what I'm looking for. Okay, so with live betting, right, with AD Mitchell, all I want to know is that he's on the field. If you see him getting snaps early, follow PFF Nate Yankee. I think it is on X. He's a great follow. He tweets snap counts mid games and stuff. If AD Mitchell is getting snaps early, because he still is new, I'm taking his over, right? Because I've said this a million times, I feel very safe about the floor of the Jets passing game here. Also, guys, Terrell Jennings. If Terrell Jennings is also getting a couple snaps early, I don't care about attempts, man. I just need to see him on the field, and I need to see Dearness Johnson not on the field. That's another prop I will be hopping on. But I just want to make sure that, honestly, I don't know why I don't do this more often, man. I feel like live betting, if you come in with an attack, I feel like that's way smarter, personally.
Oh, it absolutely is. Live betting is definitely becoming one of the biggest ways sharp bettors are getting an edge, utilizing software to find these odds before they move and coming in with a understood game plan for what they are looking for. But Ty, run through with everybody what you've bet so far. I'll run through mine, then we can watch a Thursday night game.
Yep. So I'm on field, parlay, everything under. You can only really do it on rebet, but I'm on that. It's plus 750 if you just literally take everything Justin Fields under. Think that there's a chance to get benched. Also on AD Mitchell 50 yards and a touchdown, and Fields 200 passing yards, 200 to 1. Also on Breece Hall under 16.5 rushing attempts for just half a unit. Actually, I paired that with the Patriots to win too. I think that's some good correlation we had going on there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Perfect. So I bet today, I have a pretty loaded card for tonight. I have Drake May under 26.5 rushing yards, Matt Collins anytime, Matt Collins over 37.5 rec yards, Tyler Johnson under 1.5 receptions, Fields anytime touchdown, 3-leg parlay of Jennings 15+ rush yards, Hollins 50+ rec yards, Fields 170+ passing yards, Terrell Jennings anytime with the touchdown jackpot on FanDuel, and Matt Collins first touchdown. So pretty loaded card for me today. Very heavy on a couple of guys, and we'll see how it goes.
Dude. But let's have a day, Eric. Let's have a day.
Let's have a day. Ty and I on stream. It's a deadly duo. We've hit some crazy slips, and everyone who's been following me on these streams all season long, we've been absolutely cooking. And shout out to Pick the Odds. If you guys want to try it, I actually quote tweeted the tweet with a link for PTO to try it for free. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, link in the description. Try Pick the Odds. You can access everything that we've accessed on this interface for entirely free. Now the EV is capped at 2% for the free version, as well as the arbitrage too, but that is more than fair. You get all the functionality, just 2% cap. So if you guys want to start betting smarter, I highly recommend Pick the Odds. Shout out to them for sponsoring. I'll be streaming tomorrow, boys. Make sure you follow Ty on X at TyvanSB, and also subscribe to his YouTube channel at Straight Betting. He's streaming. What are you streaming, Ty? 6 days a week, 7 days a week for NBA?
Yes, sir. 6, I'd say. Sundays, I don't know, but that's the Lord's Day.
Absolutely cooking on the streams. Shout out, yeah, Steven. I love that. You love it. I'm glad to hear that, bro. It's really great. So I appreciate all you guys. I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow. We'll go through some props, some other game line stuff, and always Sunday streams, 10:30 Eastern. My Sunday streams up till game time stream for 2 straight hours. We find absolute bangers, boys. So I'll see you guys tomorrow in there. Let's win some best.